Good morning, guys. We are starting out with some clouds in Springfield and really warm temperatures. It's 71 degrees right now on west winds and some pretty sticky dew points. We had a line of some storms that was pretty healthy around 3 o'clock in the morning, but you can see on the loop it's really died and decayed, and it's down to just a couple of showers just to the west of Springfield. So Springfield could see some of these rain showers here pretty shortly. It's 70 in Mountain Grove right now, 72 in Branson, and a warm 71 also up in Rolla. At the pool today, a few storms will be possible. Otherwise, it will be mostly sunny with a very high UV index of 9. Hour by hour, you could see Futurecast likes the idea of a few storms today. 88 degrees for that high. Any storms will collapse by sunset. It will be mostly clear and still humid overnight with a low of only 69. And then tomorrow, hot and humid again, mostly sunny and 89 degrees. So we're staying in a pretty summery pattern that keeps us mostly sunny, hot and humid with highs near 90 through the next 3 days. That heat index pops to about 96 on Friday. Again, those highs will stay up near 90 degrees through early next week as we stay in a pretty summery stretch here. The heat index will start to get into the middle and upper 90s as we head through the end of the week and into the weekend. So make sure you stay cool and hydrated. Joe, Lauren.
Making news now, a family could finally see an end to a lawsuit over the death of a Springfield woman in a 2018 crash. Dustin Sowers filed a lawsuit after his wife Dana was killed in a crash caused by a man fleeing Springfield police. Our partner, the Springfield News Leader, reports a spokeswoman for the city's insurance carrier says a tentative agreement has been reached. Sowers' attorney says the settlement is for just under $430,000. Tommy Morris Jr. hit Dana's car at the intersection of Scenic and Mount Vernon. Officers were trying to arrest Morris for his part in a drug investigation. Sowers' attorney also says he believes the crash could have been avoided if police had not chased Morris at high speeds through the neighborhood.
Speaking of car chases, keeping streets safer is always something law enforcement wants to improve on. Greene County deputies now have an innovative way of doing this as well. It's called Star Chase. It's a projectile GPS tracking device. Corporal James Craigmile says it helps reduce the number of high-speed chases in order to keep people safer and catch suspects later. The device is hand-loaded into a system on front of a patrol car. The deputy controls it from inside by aiming it at another vehicle and firing.
Once it's deployed, we try to get deputies in the area where the stolen car is or where the suspect vehicle that we're trying to look for. And then as quickly as possible, we'll try to recover the vehicle and get the suspect in custody as well.
Craigmile says the device is attached 93% of the time when used in the field, and when it sticks, the recovery rate on vehicles is 100%. We have some medical news also to check in with you for here. You may be able to know ahead of time how much services at the hospital will cost you. President Trump signed an executive order that requires hospitals and insurers to provide cost information to patients before procedures are done. The order will also allow patients to access data to search for the best doctor and hospital in a certain area. The president believes this will drive prices down, but Trevor Crowley of Crowley Insurance says that may be true, though not for long.
People who are trying to be consumeristic in nature will compare, and I think it will create some comparison shopping. I think ultimately down the road, I think it's going to maybe level off.
Cox Health released a statement yesterday saying in part, quote, "The requirements and implementation of the order have yet to be decided by the government, but once they're known, Cox Health and insurance networks will work together to publish info in compliance with federal law."
Following up on a story we brought you earlier this week about a man who died while saving the life of a young woman over the weekend. This is 26-year-old Jacob Farley, the father of a 3-year-old. He was at the dam on the Elk River in Knoll, Missouri Friday night when a woman screamed just before being sucked underwater. Farley jumped in after her, and they both battled the dam's suction for nearly half an hour before rescue crews arrived. The woman, Madison Capps, was able to get to a throw rope sent out by first responders. She made it out alive, and now she says she'll never forget what Farley did for her.
I just remember going under, getting sucked in and spun around and trying to crawl back on my floaty every time I came up, and I'd just feel his hand on my back. I just want everybody to know how brave he was and selfless. I almost died. But I didn't, and I'm here. And I'm really grateful for that. I just wish I could say the same for him.
Farley's family is rightfully calling him a hero and says they're grateful that Caps is okay.
People need to know. It wasn't just he jumped in and held on to her until rescue crews. No, he did everything.
She would have died if it wasn't for
Yes, exactly.
Now Caps says she wants to live her life the best that she can and hopes to make him proud.
Moving on now to a story around the Ozarks. As the weather warms up and you spend more time outside, you might notice something happening to the trees around your yard.
That's because it is tree pest season, but don't worry, our Hannah Zettel caught up with the Department of Conservation to find out ways you can get to the root of the problem before it gets out of hand.
I'm standing underneath one of our trees here in the Color 10 lot, and it looks like we have done our part in spraying before the bugs come, but there are a couple of leaves that look like they've been munched on by some insects or tree pests. Now, what kind of pests exactly all depends on what kind of elements we see leading up to these warmer months. Now, yesterday, the Missouri Department of Conservation hosted a pest clinic where residents could bring in disease branches to be diagnosed and then form a treatment plan. The MDC says these tree conditions are normal around now, but you can get ahead of the problem by keeping your landscape healthy by spraying for those bugs. Common pests include moths, wasps, and beetles, which can cause disease and even kill your trees. While disease might not be a cause for concern now, community forester Cindy Gardner says that depends on your perspective.
If you have one tree in your yard, though, and you have one of these conditions or something going on with it, it does become very concerning, and so you want to try to fix it if you can. So just, again, be aware of weather conditions, know your tree species, and things that might affect them.
The best way to get ahead of this upcoming boom of insects on the way is to spray your trees at the time of bloom, which by judging this, that is now. So if you want to get ahead of that problem, go ahead and spray your trees now. Reporting in Springfield, Hannah Zettel, Ozarks First.
All right, Hannah, thank you for those tips. We move to some more local news, as tonight at 5:30, Springfield residents will have a chance to voice their input on a plan to transition all sidewalks and curb ramps to current Americans with Disabilities Act standards. The forum will be held at Empower Abilities on West Cambridge and runs until 7. The plan is based on an inventory and assessment of sidewalks and curb ramps on public right-of-way from last year. The main goal is setting up a timeline to bring those up to ADA standards.
All right, here's what's coming up for you on CBS this morning.
I'm Tony DeCopo. Coming up, Gayle King's exclusive interview with the head of Instagram. He addresses privacy concerns and new features to stop online bullying. That's coming up on CBS this morning.
And we also have a few stories that are trending on Google that are worth mentioning. The first is a walkout with the company Wayfair. You may have heard of. It's a furniture company online, and some workers are protesting the fact that some of the goods are being sold to detention camps.
Oh, I had heard of this. Yeah, that was scheduled and planned for today, so they are going through with that.
Yes, that happens at 1:30. Another big story, which you may have seen on social media, was a baby that was found in a plastic bag alive in the woods in Georgia. And the local law enforcement there shared that video on social media, which is causing, a big controversy, rightfully so. That actually happened back on June 6th, but they're sharing the video now in hopes of finding a lead on who a parent may be.
All right, one last check of our forecast as we head on out on this hot day.
Yeah, summary. A couple of storms possible today, 88 degrees, up near 90 through the rest of the week.
All right, everyone, thanks for starting your day with us. We'll see you back here soon.